Hey, they say the moon landing was fake. JFK, man, they wanted him erased. Aliens and bunkers, government lies, chemtrails painting secrets in the skies. It's a co-host, dual voice or the code, digging through the chaos down every dark road. New world order, we taking names. Bigfoot's real and he knows the game. Conspiracy chaos where the truth gets wild. From pyramids to lizard kings in exile. They hide it all, but we pull the thread. So buckle up tight, it's all in your head. Conspiracy chaos where the truth gets wild. From pyramids to lizard kings in exile. They hide it all, but we pull the thread. So buckle up tight, it's all in your head.
This is Conspiracy Chaos.
Let's go. We're back with another episode of Conspiracy Chaos. My name is RGB. Joining me as always, got my co-host starting off with Florida Mike. What's up, Florida Mike?
What's going on, big dog? How we doing tonight?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. And then in the house as well as Area 51, Anthony. What's happening, brother?
Fellas, what's going on? It's nice, man, here in upstate New York. It was like 35 degrees today. I felt like a heat wave, Raj. I don't know if you noticed that.
It still snowed. It snowed. It's nonstop snowing.
I know,
But
man. I know.
We got a special guest here tonight, guys. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. We got Anthony Graffeo. We're gonna dive into the Epstein files with Anthony here. Anthony, appreciate you taking the time and joining us here on Conspiracy Chaos.
No, thank you for having me, man. Like we did the podcast with Rabbit the other day. I was feeling the vibe, like we're all on the same side. So I'm always happy to come chop it up with some dudes that are really ready to put this shit out there and actually speak the truth. Because there's a lot of fake truthers out there, I will say. So I always like to test the waters with people. You definitely passed that vibe test. So I'm happy to be here with y'all, man.
No doubt, fellow Northeaster as well. But Anth, before we get into it, man, why don't you let's get a little background. What got you into the conspiracy game to start off?
For sure. So I'm an OG when it comes to this because like I woke up in like 2001. I was in middle school when I woke up. I actually read the book Behold the Pale Horse, William Cooper.
Yep.
But like just 9/11 happened so close to me. You know, I'm from North New Jersey. I lived 20 minutes outside of New York City my whole life. Like I had neighbors that died in the towers. My father was supposed to go on a meeting there that day, and the train was late. He didn't make it. He would have died. He was been on the 40th floor. He would have been cooked. He would have been done. So it's like it really hit home. And like I started to see like because you know I'm a child of the internet. Like I was in forum boards. I was on the Vigilant Citizen, YouTube before it really got owned and controlled. So I was going down rabbit holes at a young age, looking at like the Illuminati and the music industry. I've been talking about Jay-Z's a Satanist for 20 plus years now. So like just to be on this timeline really and seeing like a lot of the stuff that like when I was a petrified little boy in middle school, like telling my mom and dad the New World Order's coming and shit, trying to tell everybody in proximity that I could that like all kind of shit, that is coming true now. It's in no way to say like I'm a prophet because it's this information's been out there, like even just like watching like old videos of Alex Jones before, his whole entire switch and Zeitgeist and all these different, films and videos that were out back then that really you had to watch on DVDs and shit. Like the internet wasn't even blossoming to that point yet. Especially William Cooper. William Cooper's like, you got to give that guy the status of the true OG, like Mystery Babylon, Behold the Pale Horse. Like those really were like set me off to put me on my journey. But then I just always would speak about it on the internet. I built little communities, nothing crazy, go to like parties and whatnot and talk about it, take like a bunch of ecstasy and like after the clubs talk about it. But it wasn't something that was like so prevalent as it is now. Like this is a super warm conversation now. Like you could go to a normie and have this conversation, especially after the Epstein shit. After the Epstein shit, people are like, there's grandmas that are like, what is a goyim? Hold on, what is that? Like, like there's just so many things that that I came up talking about and looking into are like just normal everyday conversations now. Like you could go talk to a boomer about it, you could go talk to Gen Z about it. there's no like divide anywhere. It's on the left, it's on the right, it's in the center. Like this is a real thing that we're all dealing with now. Like we know for a fact, like this is not a conspiracy anymore. Like you guys should even just change the name to reality chaos because it's all reality. There is no more conspiracy.
It's
It's all real at this point.
Yeah.
There's no, like it's all real. So it's just crazy to see that.
Raj always says, well, when you're batting 700, man, it's not really a conspiracy anymore.
I mean, yeah, 800, 900, 1,000 at this point. I mean,
I'll give them. Listen, I'll say we're wrong maybe 10% of the time, but you know,
and the stuff that we're wrong about is stuff we can't prove, probably flat Earth, that kind of thing, like something we're never really going to be able to physically prove. But the shit we've been talking about, I mean, you can go from the pandemic, you can go from Epstein, all this other shit. Like my mother, she's thanking me for not going to get the jab now. Like, I'm so glad you didn't get it. But meanwhile, she didn't want to come in near, like, we didn't want to spend Christmas together because I was an essential worker and blah, blah, blah. I'm around people all the time. I lived life. My life did not change a drop, except the best thing about it was less people at the golf course. I got more rounds in. My golf rounds are faster. But
for sure.
like, we just keep, like you were saying earlier too, man, we just keep giving into the bullshit constantly. Like, and just believe in the agenda. And so many people are waking up. And since I've been, doing the conspiracy podcast and getting in the group chats and meeting all the people, it's basically it's all the kids everybody thought were crazy in high school. Like, we were the ones that, looked into the aliens and the JFK and, dove deep into 9/11 and all this shit. It's all those kids. But now you look back and like, oh shit, you guys are actually right. Like, there is a satanic sex cult. There is a guy trafficking children to an island. Like, it's all there. And now we have the files that the head of the FBI only a few short months ago said never existed. So, like, we're still going to believe these people? Like Cash Patel, why would we believe any fucking thing that comes out of your mouth? You lied to us on one of the biggest platforms out there, on the Rogan show. Like, why do we believe you? What, you fucking straight up lied to us, told us none of it existed. And now you're fucking 3 million pages or whatever the fuck it is?
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
The crazy thing is, like, for me personally, I was a Q-tard. So, like, I came in, like, thinking, like, Donald Trump is, like, this, gonna drain the swamp, and there's, like, this military operation that's going on. And in the Q drops, Cash Patel's mentioned. They're like, remember this name. He's an important name. Like, he's a patriot. He's this, he's that. And it took, dude, I'm not gonna lie, it took me, like, 9 years to figure out that this Q stuff was a psyop, And I really got attached to it because when you are a conspiracy theorist for that many years, like me personally, I lived with a lot of fear because of it. I lived with a lot like a doomed mentality, just knowing and thinking, like, when are these people going to build the FEMA camps? When are they going to come and grab up my family? When are these, like, you know what I mean? So, like, living with that from the 7th grade to I'm turning 37 years old. I mean, that's a burden to carry, And like now it becomes so real that it's all out there in the open that, like, okay, I wasn't this crazy fucking kid and I was actually right about this stuff. It makes me honestly feel like I kind of wish I just was that crazy kid. I wish none of it was real.
Yeah.
I don't want any kind of praise to say that I was right, because these people this is demonic. This is like, I made a video the other day saying it. I'm like, we are literally living around vampires. Like, we need Blade. We need Van Helsing. Like, this is like, what else do you call this shit at this point? Like, it's in the Epstein files that they're eating children.
Yep.
Yeah, like Pizzagate, all that shit, real.
I did see something funny just posted when Donald Trump said that they were eating cats when they were eating cats. Everybody was making fun of them. Now people are actually, it's coming out that people were actually eating babies and humans, and nobody's saying anything. Nobody's doing anything about it. Like, what the fuck? Well,
even to think, like, as crazy as it is, they get caught all the time too. Like the Wayfair with the furniture thing. Remember, they had this Alyssa cabinet is on sale, as being sold for $70,000 or whatever it is, but the same exact fucking model and everything else, not named the Alyssa's, going for $175. Like, it's shit. Like, we catch the conspiracy people catch it all. It's all caught.
Wasn't the Qs though the ones that originally brought up Pizzagate? And I mean, kind of
they kind of coincided. Yeah, they kind of
Okay.
coincided. Like it came around the same time, you know. In my opinion, I think the guy that actually went into Comet Ping Pong and shot the server was an op. You know, I think that a lot of that was a psyop, as much as I believe he was a psyop. But it did definitely come out like at the same time where like people were finding out about this stuff. Now, there's a whole other conspiracy side of my mind that says, is this all revelation of the method, where they have to show it to us and we have to accept it? So it's kind of like they can just continue to do this stuff in front of our faces. Is that a possibility that like they showed us all their codes and all their terms and all this shit on purpose? Like, is this to create a great reset, to have everybody just absolutely implode on ourselves? And because like societies break when these kind of things happen. Look at Rome for the perfect example. Like, are we living in this fall of Rome moment right now? But like, more importantly, another side of me is like, we need to fucking tell everybody that they're eating kids, and the whole world needs to know this. And we do need to collapse. Like we do need to, I don't want to call it the Great Reset, but we need to be honestly punished by God at this point. Like, you know, like there's Gabriel blow the trumpets.
Well, Pam Bondi just said, she's like, the system would collapse if we prosecute her. So let it fucking collapse. Like, prosecute them all. You know?
Yeah, I don't want to continue to give these satanic pedophiles my hard-earned money to do God knows what with. You know what I mean?
So
like,
now we're protecting them. Now they know that nothing will happen to them. This top 1%, they could just go fuck kids. Like, I mean, no, really, it is sickening.
They've always been protecting them. You just now get to see that they've been protecting them. It's always been like that.
Yeah, well, we were all under, I mean, I'll speak for myself. I don't know about you guys, but we were all under an illusion. You know, we were under this illusion that Donald Trump is this being that was sent here to come and save us. And it's like, first off, it made us have a savior complex, a lot of us, where people think like we need Donald Trump to save us from these people. But in reality, he's in bed with all of them. He's been in bed with them for a long time. Like
my wife, we went out date night last week, and she was like, you know, she goes, I went down a rabbit hole today. I'm like, what do you mean? She was like, and she loves Trump too. I mean, she kind of did. Now she's in the same boat as me. She's like, he is all over those fucking files. He is all over them. And one of them was like, I don't even want to repeat it, but it had to do with lining kids up and
calendar days.
Well, he was using, yeah. There was just
that's
a lot of
sick.
That's what it's called.
Sick shit. Yeah, you already know where I'm going. You already know where I'm going with it.
Where him and Jeffrey would have the things at Mar-a-Lago where they'd have all the girls line up, and he'd
line them up. Yep. Check the sizes of them. Yep. Yeah. My wife's like, she wanted to throw up.
Yeah, well, you know, a lot of people are trying to cover that up and trying to say, oh, that's fake or whatever, and trying to pull it out of the files. And what people need to realize, you know, I've said this a lot of times, and not to be a dead horse, but I'll say it here as well, is that Trump has been connected to this blackmail ring before Jeffrey Epstein was anybody. You know, he was groomed by Roy Cohn. Roy Cohn is a gay blackmailer that was literally throwing blackmail parties in the Plaza Hotel with Louis Rosenthal, and they were blackmailing people like J. Edgar Hoover. Donald Trump has said on multiple times that Roy Cohn is his mentor. He was his political fixer, and he was his lawyer. Donald Trump bought that hotel. Okay. Donald Trump bought the Plaza Hotel that they were having blackmail parties out of. Now, Louis Rosenthal was basically the right-hand man of Sam Brofman. I don't know if you guys know who the Brofmans are.
Yeah.
Sounds familiar. Yeah.
Okay. So Sam Brofman is the brother of Edgar Brofman. Sam Brofman and Edgar Brofman, they own the Seagram's empire.
Yes.
I was going to say, I know a lot of money. Yep. And I knew they came from money for sure.
So they were bootleggers. They were selling illegal liquor during the Prohibition with Meyer Lansky. Meyer Lansky is basically like the head of the Jewish mafia. Okay. Like all the mafia movies are actually based on Jews, and they have the Italians as the fall guys. And I could prove that. If you look at Goodfellas, you got Maurice Wiggs. If you have Casino, you have Ace Rothstein. If you have The Godfather, Hyman Roth. Who did Tony kick up to in The Sopranos? Hesh. So they've been controlling the mafias for a long time.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. They've been controlling the mafias for a long time. So they were running illegal liquor. Oh, this is crazy. They were running illegal liquor in America through Meyer Lansky, through Mickey Cohen, through all these Jewish mafia guys. And do you know who actually ripped them off and robbed them?
Who?
No.
The same people.
Jack Kennedy,
Oh,
John F. Kennedy's father.
Yeah.
okay.
Meyer Lansky, this is why he hated the Kennedys. This is another reason why Kennedy was actually taken out.
But this is probably why he worked with the Italians. This is why they helped his kid to get in office, to help JFK Jr. to get in office.
And who also would end up being one of the people involved in killing him.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yes, this is why. This is why Jack Kennedy was known as a Adolf Hitler supporter. They tried to smear the Kennedy name for a long time. So the Brofmans, let me keep going here because this is a whole entire rabbit hole for you guys. If you've never read the book, I suggest you guys read this book. It's called One Nation Under Blackmail. It's by Whitney Webb. It's a 2 series. It's every kind of information you could ever think about this blackmail ring. So as the Brofmans were running illegal liquor during the Prohibition, Edgar Brofman was involved with Bear Stearns with trading, okay? And he was trading with Bear Stearns, and they inflated the stock illegally, and somebody got fired from Bear Stearns for doing that. You know who that was? Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh.
Okay? So Jeffrey Epstein wasn't even involved when Donald Trump was involved with this ring. He came in much, much later. Okay? So Donald Trump has been involved with Roy Cohn, the Brofmans, Louis Rosenthal, all these blackmailers. Donald Trump also was involved with Adnan Khashoggi. Adnan Khashoggi was a Saudi Arabian gun runner, and he would have a harem of women with him. He actually helped the Nabga, which is the modern day IDF, run weapons into Israel to go fight against Palestine during the war, the PLO. And basically Adnan Khashoggi was also a blackmailer because his yacht was covered in surveillance. You know who bought his yacht?
Jeffrey Epstein.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, I was going to say Donald Trump.
And Adnan Khashoggi's cousin also had one of these boats. You know who bought that boat? Robert Maxwell. That was the boat that he was found dead on in the Canary Islands. So to say Donald Trump is not connected to this blackmail ring would be an absolute lie. Never mind what happened to him after Epstein was a socialite and a person doing his sex trafficking and satanic business. Before all that, Donald Trump was involved with these people. And you also have another connection here. Donald Trump, I mean, if you guys know, it's very known that the Jews run the casino industry. Okay.
Oh, of course.
I said, that's their thing. Donald Trump owned a casino, the Trump Taj Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
He was given money by the Jews to make it. And when he went bankrupt, he went through bankruptcy. He was taken out of bankruptcy by Wilbur Ross. Wilbur Ross was his previous Secretary of Commerce, like Howard Lutnick, who we'll get into as well. He was bailed out by Wilbur Ross. Wilbur Ross worked directly for who? The Rothschild family. Mm-hmm. Donald Trump was taken out of bankruptcy by the Rothschilds. See, when you're in Q and you think that Trump's this MAGA savior that's going to come and save us and drain the swamp, you ignore the red flags. You don't really look into it. You're like, oh, no, this is his past. He was a double agent, da-da-da, whatever excuse you want to make. Donald Trump has been with these people for a very long time.
Damn.
Isn't Melania Trump? Isn't she from Epstein Island?
Yes.
Like she was a kid on Epstein Island. Yeah.
Well, she was a model that was introduced to Donald Trump by Paleo Zampoli. Paleo Zampoli was Jeffrey Epstein's one of his right-hand men. But don't forget also, Donald Trump ran teenage pageantry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course.
With Jean-Luc Brunel. Jean-Luc Brunel is another one of Epstein's associates that died in a French prison. But the last picture that they had of him, he had an IDF hat on.
That's like creepy in its own way, isn't it? That he kind of ran children pageants. Like, I don't know. Just kind of just gives me
your boy. That's your boy.
I know. I'm sorry. Oh God, just my boy. All right. I'm true to my man, but I'm starting to see some.
That's how then you look at it. Do you take the pageant? Then it's got his ties to Erica Kirk.
Yeah,
to the beauty pageant and shit.
Yep. Yeah, he also ran those pageants with Johnny Casablanca. Johnny Casablanca owned all these modeling agencies that worked directly with Epstein. So, and I don't know if you ever heard the band The Strokes. That's Julian Casablanca's father. Like these people are all involved, man. This is and
yeah.
you know, and there's no way that I'm trying to say like to downplay the pedophilia side of the things, but we have so much more to worry about now, knowing that these people are eating fucking children.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like pedophilia is bad enough, but the fact that they're doing satanic rituals and drinking their blood and eating kids is like, this is major. This is fucking. We need to turn the whole entire system upside down because we have vampires. We're surrounded by vampires. Like,
did you see the picture that was redacted? It was like 2 turkeys, like they weren't cooked yet, and then in the middle it was a black thing redacted, and almost looked like a fucking baby's foot.
Yep.
Like like it was.
See, I don't know what's AI and what's not anymore.
No, these are actually. It's not AI. It's on Gov. It's on .gov. It's on the files. It's on. You could go
the files.
Yeah, you go see it. It's all this stuff is there, including.
Like,
I guess I hope that it was
like
AI.
George Bush, like that story about George Bush.
Yeah,
you know, chasing a little boy around, beating him, raping him, and then eating his intestines or the inside of him.
Yep.
At the end. Like, dude.
And it says in that same file that Donald Trump and Melania Trump were on that same yacht when it happened. The survivor, the whistleblower said that. So it's like, yeah, look, you can't really put your faith in man. That's really what the lesson is, you know, like we all put our faith in man, and it's like, that's not what we should do in this life. Like God is the one that is steering the ship. If we know that these people are so inert to being satanic, then we should believe in Christ, you know? Like that's truly how I feel about things. It's like, this is not a battle of the right and the left. It's a battle of good and evil. Like this is, and you know, what really was crazy is that everything that, you know, has came out and has happened already is insane. But let's get into the eating the children thing. There's a file. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but about jerky. Have you guys seen that yet?
No.
Well, don't even tell me because I love fucking jerky.
Another code name.
Yeah. So there's a file that talks about jerky in a weird way. There's a couple of them where Jeffrey Epstein is having freezers full of jerky. He's reaching out to the chef. The chef's name is Francis Darby. He owned a restaurant in Hell's Kitchen called The Cannibal. He's messaging Jeffrey Epstein about, I can teach you how to make jerky, the special jerky. It's obviously code like pizza, pasta, all this other stuff for making jerky out of children, out of their flesh. But this is where it hits home. My little brother, his first job out of culinary school, he worked at The Cannibal. Okay. He worked as a line cook there. And I asked him, I said, hey, did you ever see anything weird? Like, he's like, no, not really. But I do remember this one time we used to have these things called feasts where they would get all these different kind of meats, alligator meat, bison, like just all kind of crazy exotic meat that they would turn into different meals because this was like a carnivore bistro, like hipster spot in the city or whatever. But he said he remembers one time when they were preparing for a feast, there were other carcasses that were in the back of the freezer that were wrapped in saran wrap. And my brother went to go grab one. And Francis, the guy in the Epstein files, the chef, said to him, no, those are for a special feast.
Oh, no.
So
human bodies.
You know, I mean, you put 2 and 2 together. It's like these demons were, like I said before, like we're in such close proximity to where I'm from. It's like, it's almost like God put me here for this battle, like to fight against these monsters. That's, I mean, there's no other word to call them at this point. Vampires, monsters, like these are not human beings, you know, like you could call them reptilians, whatever, but they are literally eating the flesh of children and drinking their blood.
I mean, what if we all are, right? And like in a sense, because McDonald's is being suspected of using human meat.
Yes.
In their food. So
Rabbi Finkelstein.
Yeah.
You ever seen that video?
6.5. I believe so. There's like 6.5 million burgers sold in the United States a day. Imagine 6.5 million people burgers that people are eating for 59 cents.
Interesting number. That's the same number from the Holocaust. But I will say that Rabbi Finkelstein, there's a very famous video of him where he actually openly admits that they are putting fetal cells and human meat in McDonald's. Now I will say I don't think we're getting the same version of what the
No.
elite are getting. You know, we're probably getting like the kids from
leftovers.
Africa, you know, the kids from Africa. Like, I don't think that they like black people, you know. It's in the files that they kind of talk about that they don't want black girls, they don't want black kids. So I think that the goys are getting you know, the leftovers, probably Planned Parenthood and all, you know, all that kind of stuff. That's
What
getting
do
our
you-
food.
Go ahead.
Which is also owned by Bill Gates' father. Started that foundation, correct? If I
Yep.
remember.
Yep, William H. Gates.
Yep.
Yeah. Started Planned Parenthood.
Wasn't Planned Parenthood selling body parts not too long ago? Like, weren't they? What were they
Yes.
doing? Some creepy shit.
Yep. Yeah, they were selling organs and fetal cells. I mean, honestly, like, you could even look into organ donating. Organ donating is, you're still alive, dude. They're cutting you open and pulling your organs out and selling that shit to fucking rich elites over there that are going to do a ritual with it. So if you're an organ donor, like, go and make sure that you get that off your license immediately. You don't want that in your life, trust me. Or death.
Wow. Okay, that's good to know. I gotta change that.
Go get my blood taken.
Man, I fucking hate it when I have to do it.
Yeah, I hear you. Trust me.
I don't donate blood. I don't.
I'll drink your blood.
I don't donate
Well, even
blood. None of that.
to the Red Cross. Red Cross stands for Rothschild. That's their family shield symbol, pretty much. Is the Red Cross?
Yeah, the Red Shield. It's crazy, man. Yeah, we're surrounded. We're surrounded in so many ways, and like I said before, it's like I truly do wish I was wrong. Like, let me be wrong about all of this, and let me just be that crazy kid. Let me just be a nut job, because knowing the reality of that it's real is like, it hurts so much more. You know, it's like we're just sitting idly by while we're being gaslit by disgusting people. Like, the Pam Bondi thing today should be waking every single American up right now. Like, they are protecting pedophiles. It's not. No, it's not. It's actually not.
Too many brainwash people.
There's so many excuses.
Division.
I'm Florida Mike. I'm gonna be honest, man. I am starting to tip a little bit. It was after my Andrea showed me that the Epstein
Calendar
days.
days.
That was really when I started to be like, dude. And I always said to myself, if he's on that list in any sick way, any way, shape, or form, and then I will start to, second guess him.
And the crazy thing is,
if Trump was his handler.
It's very possible. I know Howard Lutnick's Trump's handler, and he admitted on going to Epstein Island after he was a convicted sex trafficker. So
you imagine, like, our president, his handler is Erica Kirk, and Jeffrey Epstein are just a couple people.
Have you seen this stuff about Erica Kirk?
I see. Candace just came out with something yesterday. I caught a short clip of something, but I watched so much shit I can't remember.
What's going on with her now?
New insane revelation. There's like these old text messages that people found that she was like grooming a 15-year-old girl and like saying like crazy perverted stuff to her, like completely grooming her.
Really?
Well, you see how evil she looks.
Oh, I think she's a dude. I think she's a dude.
I still
have an open bounty on anybody who can find me pictures of her pregnant with her 2 kids. I'll give them $100.
I don't think that she's a man. She's a man. So it's like Obama. She's the Obama.
Do you think it's a different Erica Kirk than it was when she was like in the beauty pageant? Because she does look different. So then, like, the Erica Kirk now with the eyes look brighter. She almost looks like fucking borderline reptilian.
She could be like demonic, have a demon in her, and that's like the representation that you're seeing. But I think that these people, including Charlie Kirk, have been groomed since birth to do this. Charlie Kirk, his father, built Trump Tower. Like, they're both connected to Trump way before they were anybody. There's a video, I posted it when all this Charlie Kirk was going on, of him saying, "If I die, don't worry." Like, him in high school saying this. Like, and maybe you could write that off, whatever. But I mean, my personal opinion on the whole Charlie Kirk thing is, I think he's alive. I don't even think they killed him, to be honest with you. I think it's a psyop.
I'm with you on that one.
What do you think it was? Do you think he, like, it was a hologram? Do you think it was How do you think they pulled it off? The
theory.
trapdoor theory.
There's the hologram theory. I mean, me personally, I think if you watch it in slow motion, I think that you see a squid blow up. I think that it was just, we're living in a time we're in 2026 now. Like FX makeup is a lot better now than it was, in the 90s. So they could fake any of this shit, man.
And then what better way to cover it up than just throw some concrete down on the grass area, get rid of that trap door that was there, and no questions asked. You know what
Sandy Hook all over again. They did the exact same thing in Sandy Hook. They covered every single thing the next day to show nothing's there, nothing weird with that. But I think the Charlie Kirk thing was a ritual. It happened on a blood moon. It happened the day before 9/11. I don't know if you guys saw the layout of the.
Of course, it's the
menorah.
Yep.
The menorah.
It's the menorah.
He's wearing a white shirt that says freedom on it. Freedom of speech gets killed, right? This is the ritual. Freedom of speech getting killed. Then the next day, Pam Bondi is saying that we need to go after hate speech. No, that's freedom of speech as well. There's no such thing as hate speech. That's trying to attack our First Amendment. So this is a giant ritual, and you had the people on the right. We need to dox the left. We need to go after every single person that's celebrating his death. We need to stop them from saying this. Like they're literally using these psyops to make retarded magtards like actually fall for it and cheer it on. No offense. I know.
I'm not.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not a magtard. I mean,
I'm kidding.
You are.
but like calling it on, and they're doing this with a lot of different situations. They're psyoping the American people to basically cheer on their own demise. We're watching this happen with ICE as well. We're watching like this whole entire situation where it's like they're building the infrastructure for a police surveillance state. Like it's happening in real time. Yeah. People are cheering on Palantir and Paragon. These are the companies that have been given millions of dollars to ICE to build this infrastructure. And right now it's on brown people and the illegals that you don't like. And I'm not saying anybody should ever come into this country illegally. I think we should get them the fuck out. But what ICE is doing is they're just grabbing up any like Spanish guy and just throwing them in a black bag. I mean, it's crazy. And the kills that they have are white people.
Yeah.
So it's like, like shooting a dude in the middle of the street, shooting a woman, like it's insane. And people are like cheering this on or whatever. It's like, yeah, we need to get these people out, but also we don't need to give power to the feds. Like we've been warned about this. Like if you have masked federal agents running around with no impunity down your street, that's a fucking problem, man.
Yeah.
And that can be turned around on anti-Semites, right? Yeah. Next, they're like, oh, you're anti-Semitic. ICE is coming for you.
You mentioned the Second Amendment in one of your videos as well, and them taking that. I mean, that's really, if you think about it, that's the one thing that, the big thing that the right always talked about was, the right to carry. And then that was the one thing that they said about this guy that got shot. Well, he was carrying a gun, but he was carrying it legally. Like, so what are you going to say? You know what I mean? It is kind of, you put one shoe on one foot and then look the other way.
I honestly think that the Second Amendment will never be taken.
Amen.
Because you see how many years they've been trying to take away the AR-15s. Like, oh, they're so dangerous. That's dangerous. Let's take away machine guns. Let's take away semis. It'll never happen. One, there's too many rednecks, hillbillies, and trailer park boys. Never give up their guns, thankfully.
Exactly.
But they're trying to get rid of the Constitution. So they are trying to get rid of the Constitution.
Yeah, I mean, I think what they'll do is they'll persuade people into gun buybacks and stuff like that. I don't think it will. I agree with you. I think there'll be a civil war before our guns are ever taken. There's more guns behind every blade of grass in America than anywhere. Like we're all strapped over here. That's why I moved to Texas. I was like, it's another reason.
Florida too, my dude.
Yeah, like I want my rights. In Jersey, it's like you can't even have a clip with like more than 12 bullets in it. It's like over here, I can have a grenade launcher. So, like, fuck that.
RPG.
Yeah, exactly. I want it. Give me a tank, dog. I want a tank. Like, fuck that. If they got it, I want it because they're gonna use that shit.
We have those in Florida.
Yeah,
I believe it. I believe it. But like the thing is like now this fight against the government or whatever you want to call it, it's a lot harder just because of technology alone. You know, drone technology, AI, Palantir, Paragon, like they can literally track us down, whack us down anytime they want. So it's, and they, you know, they want the violence. They want us to go out there and start a civil war because they want to use their new little shiny toys on us. Trump just talked about it. They use it in Venezuela. They have a thing called a discombobulator.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's an LRAD system
Yeah,
that sends off frequency that will just literally take out your weaponry and yourself. It will discombobulate you.
They said they went in there with
one
like
of the-
50 troops and took out 300 troops or 300 Venezuelans or whatever. And it was like fucking 30 to 50 US troops went over there.
Yeah.
When they fucking took their president.
Yep.
You saw what happened today too. Today there were drones coming out of Mexico. They shut down El Paso's entire because they had drones come out and they were shot down with lasers. So like they have goy beams, dude. They have goy beams. They have these dudes that can literally, like, another conspiracy theory, throw it in the conspiracy right fucking bucket, because they do have lasers that they can burn cities down with and shit.
Wow.
They did that
Direct
in Maui.
energy weapons.
They have it. They're telling us now.
Oh,
it's
they
like
have it. Oh yeah, we were
it's on.
crazy.
It's
though,
on
when we talked
Lockheed
about
Martin. Exactly. Like now we're seeing in real time. Like, you know, we have these things that we can fuck you up with if we want. Like we could fucking laser down your house, dog.
Oh yeah, I remember when I was talking to Anthony when we first started this podcast, and we were talking about the direct energy weapon, because I think like Lanai Island just happened, or the Palisades, something. And we're talking. I was like, dude, I'll tell you what. I said, I'll tell you, you're not. I told him about China. And I said, go on Google Earth.
Oh, the blue roofs.
And zoom in on China and look at the area and all the blue roofs they have there.
Yep.
And he was
can't
like,
be tracked
no
by
way.
it.
And then you show him, can't be tracked by it. And then you show him, like, you show everybody the fires, and there's blue trash cans sitting there, blue roofs not touched sitting there, but trash cars melted and trees still green. Like, you're like, oh, it was a horrific fire. It's like, oh my God.
You know, I just saw a crazy, I don't know if you guys follow Blunts for Jesus, but he's like an amazing, like, he puts like these insane videos together, like next level.
Great name.
Follow him. He's incredible. Blunts for Jesus. But he made a video the other day about 9/11, and it brought a whole new perspective to me about 9/11, that they could have used one of these like laser frequency weapons, because if you look outside of the towers, all the cars are like melted and like twisted, right? Like this like microwave system almost went off. The entire building disintegrates, the planes, everything's gone. But the one thing that was massively all over the place after the towers was paper. Okay. Think about when you put a paper plate into a microwave, it doesn't burn. Think about if you put a metal thing into a microwave, what happens?
Oh, it like explodes.
Sparks and everything.
So wouldn't
it'll
that be
blow up
interesting?
eventually, I think, right?
So what if they use a microwave weapon on September 11th to actually enhance everything, the cars, everything? Like if you watch the video, it's like an 8-minute video, will blow your mind, because
I just followed him.
Yeah, it's incredible, man. Incredible. One of my favorite pages on the internet. But like when you really look at that perspective, you're like, they've had these weapons for so long. You know, they've had these weapons for so long.
Absolutely.
Like Bill Cooper was talking about silent weapons for quiet wars. Like they've had the LRAD system, the discombobulators, the microwaves, the lasers. Like this is nothing new. And it's just the wrong people have the power and possession of it, you know? And like we thought Donald Trump was going to be this guy that was going to help us. He's going to harm us the worst. I mean, and you know, I always would make this whole entire argument when I was a Q guy, like, oh, if they really wanted the New World Order, they would have put Hillary in. It's like people wouldn't have accepted it then. Like Donald Trump was the perfect guy to tickle your ear, to set this all up. He was the Trojan horse, bring it all in, you know, make you think that he's your friend, make this billionaire guy that, oh, I'm just a regular guy, I just eat McDonald's and stuff, you know, I'm just like you. I'm good, trust me. And now he's setting up the entire beast system, in my opinion. You know, AI, the infrastructure for no money, for surveillance state, working with Bill Gates, working on AI cancer vaccines. still hasn't denounced the regular vaccine. He's still claiming he's the father of it. So it's like, how much more do people need? No offense again, but how much more do people need, like, to be shown that, hey, man, this guy is not on our side. He's not our friend. He's not helping us. He's harming us.
They all, and that's the thing.
Amen.
None of them are on our side. And like once people come to the realization of that, it makes it a little bit easier. But it also comes to the thing: what do you do? How do you, like? We all got families and shit, so we got to go to work. We got to pay our bills. We got to do that portion of life, right? But what do we do to change it up and take the power away from them? Like, what's the next move?
Nobody goes to work.
Don't pay
For
taxes.
a week, literally.
That's what
If you
I
don't
said.
pay taxes, you don't go to the
Yeah.
grocery store. If you don't pay taxes, don't go to the grocery store. Don't work for a week. If everybody stopped working for a week, you know how much damage 1 week would do?
Yeah, I agree. We need to hit
1
the
week would
streets.
do
Well, I
Not
just
in
think
a violent
we
way.
gotta, you gotta go back to the old days. Like he was right though, like they have technology, we don't. But like every movie you see that has a resistance, what happens? They're all underground. They're all old school tech. They do everything the old way because that's just how it's gonna be. Like they in the past they saw the future. Like it's gonna happen eventually, and that's how it's gonna be. And it's what we learn decides what's gonna happen. I mean, it's gonna happen. And I've been trying to. Me and Anthony have had many arguments over Mr. Donald Trump, and it's all right. It took almost a year. But I knew he'd see it
I
our
mean, I
way
still go with
eventually.
I still go with like is he better than the alternative with the way our country was going? I mean, that's like I keep
Yeah.
going to that.
Yeah, but that's like kind of
Yeah, but you got to think about this too. It's like what's that game, Leapfrog, right? Where one guy jumps over another, and then you learn. It's the same thing in politics. They set up the next guy. 4 years sets up the next guy. And then the next it's like good cop, bad cop, and they just keep flipping. Eventually, everybody's confused, and you just see a blue and a red, and that's who you vote for.
Yeah, and the whole thing about Donald Trump, like I spoke about this on Rabbit's podcast the other night when we did the show. The whole thing about Donald Trump is there's a spiritual thing about him as well. Not in a good spiritual way, but there's this one conspiracy that Donald Trump might be what is known as the Moon Child, and the Moon Child was basically this occultic satanic spell that they did on this baby that would be chosen to basically lead us into this new world order. And Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, and L. Ron Hubbard supposedly did sex magic in the desert and created this Moonchild. And Donald Trump, he basically came around the same time as the Moonchild ritual would have happened, and he was born on a blood moon, which was very important. And his mother's maiden name is Christ. I don't know if you guys have seen like his apartment in New York City, but it has Apollyon in there, a lot of like satanic pagan imagery. He's openly said he doesn't believe in repentance. He's now come out and said he's the Jewish president. I mean, he's a Kabbalist. He practices Kabbalah. He went to the Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson's grave. He did a ritual there. I believe that he actually brought on the spirit of this rabbi. So Chabad Lubavitch, which Donald Trump is connected to because Jared Kushner is in it. They believe in this thing called the rabbi that is basically the Messiah, and that he died in the 90s, and they believe that they could bring his soul back. Because Jews don't believe in heaven, they believe that they could bring his soul back. And I think that Donald Trump did this ritual. I think that he has the demonic spirit of the rabbi in him. I think that's why his hands and all this stuff are starting to deteriorate, because when you do black magic, there is things that will happen to you. And I think that Trump, if you were going to look this in a biblical view, I think that he is the beast. I think he is the beast that will make war with the whore of Babylon. And the whore of Babylon is the old guard, the Hillary Clintons, the Obamas, the people, they're Babylon, they're the Satanists. Obama's
What
actually
she's doing.
Yes, it's the deflection to bring in the beast system. And in my personal opinion, I believe Jared Kushner is the Antichrist. I think that they will build the third temple, and I think Jared Kushner will be worshipped in that temple.
Really? Wow.
I do.
For the longest time, and I can see that. I can go with that. For the longest time, I used to think it was Elon. and then Trump was like his right hand man. You know, because like Doge set up Planeteer. They didn't go in there looking for money. They set up Planeteer.
Yeah.
But like I always thought, because what was it, like the Meta Gala where Trump and Musk went together, and like Musk had the New World Order jacket on
Yeah.
and the white
Yeah.
jacket with the Satan's body armor on.
Yes, I
Like
do
that
remember
Mhm.
that.
armor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
There's
I
like,
thought for a long time, but I could definitely see that Jared Kushner. I could definitely see that.
well, like if you're looking at the characteristics of the Antichrist, it will be a Jew, you know. So that's like one of the main things we have to remember. So Jared Kushner's a Jew.
Mhm.
He will be worshipped by everybody. I mean, Jared Kushner's basically being worshipped as the guy that's making the peace deal right now in Gaza, making the new Gaza. He's the head member of the board of peace that we just had Benjamin Netanyahu signed onto today. Congratulations to him. And they're going to build a new Gaza. So I think, you know, Jared Kushner has the characteristics of what the Antichrist would look like. He has that like dead, frail face. You know, it's just a vampire's face.
He does too.
Mhm.
I mean, his building in New York City is in 666 Park Ave.
Really?
He converted Donald Trump's daughter to Judaism,
Mhm.
Kabbalah. Trump celebrated it in Israel. He said, "I'm so happy that my daughter became Jewish." So yeah, I don't know.
And they all
The
keep
one
that
that's with
keep
Tiger
that
Woods.
keep the bloodline. No, keep the
No, Ivanka.
Ivanka, the
Okay,
younger one.
okay.
But keeping the bloodlines, keeping it all in the bloodline still. It's how they've been doing it since forever.
100%.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. And like the beast in the Bible, like he creates this system. So what is Donald Trump doing? He's creating this system. And the beast system will be a cashless society. It will be 15-minute cities. It will be, you know, if you don't take this mark, you're not a part of our game. You're not enjoying our new lush cities that we're building with our flying cars and this dystopian reality that we've seen in like Blade Runner and all these other, you know, predictive programming movies of what's coming. So I think that Donald Trump is the actual beast, you know, the beast wears 10 crowns. Trump has all these different countries that are supporting him and going into this Gaza. Like if you look at the Gaza peace board, you can say, hey, that's the 10 crowns right there. You know, it says in the Bible that when you hear of safety and security and then sudden destruction, I mean, you're not going to build a 15-minute Trump Riviera in Gaza on the bodies of 50,000 dead children and think that that's going to be like a place that's happening. You know, that's you're asking to be haunted. Like, you ever see the movie Pet Cemetery? That, like, imagine that times a million.
Yeah,
You know,
bad vibes all the way around.
yeah, exactly.
See, I think it's like I think it's gonna be like a huge like prison camp for those who don't fall in line when like the digital ID, like when it actually comes out, like the Agenda 2030, the cashless system, because they got to put
Yeah.
people somewhere that aren't gonna obey.
Well,
And
I
that'd be a
think
pretty
what
terrible place to be put in.
I think what Trump has, you know, kind of signed off on is the insane asylums coming back. He wants to have insane asylums come back. And if you look at, you know, Tartaria, for example, all the people that didn't like go out and say, oh yeah, you know, whatever, that would never happen. Like people that actually remember Tartaria that are from like the old world or whatever, they were put in insane asylums. That's why we had giant insane asylums. And a lot of us are actually bred from insane asylums. Look into the YouTuber My Lunch Break. He has a great video on how like all of us are marked as babies that came from insane asylums. And all these people were put in these insane asylums that were saying, you know, we had this old technology, there's this old world, and they did this great reset. And it's like, in my opinion, we're looking at a great reset right now. You know, like they're trying to reset everything and make us forget about it all and wipe away our history as we know it. You know, I think that's why Trump is signaling on, hey, we need insane asylums, because Anthony Graffeo, he's an anti-Semite that thinks that the Jews are not the chosen ones. We got to go put them in an insane asylum. You know, I think that's probably what's coming. Plus, you know, FEMA camps and other. We don't know like what also they have planned. You know, we can kind of guess and we can look at like what we've been shown, but like who knows? Like Trump already has signed off on one pandemic. You know, he might have not locked us down and gave power to the mayors, but they all were on the same playing book anyway, so they all followed orders. Like, let's say they do something like Project Bluebeam. You don't think Trump would send us into the New World Airport over in Denver, where they have 800,000 miles square long underground bases? Like, you don't think he'll send us to Cheyenne Mountain Base, where they'll be able to just cull us all in? And how many movies are there of that shit? You know, you got that show Fallout that's like real popular right now, where they're in these underground bases. Like, they show us this shit, dude. This is predictive programming, revelation of the method, and I think like we're probably going to experience this in our lifetime, and it's fucking pretty scary, to be honest.
When you really think about it, it is scary. It is scary to think that we're going to live through like a Project Bluebeam style scenario, like that. People are really, but like, here's the fucked up thing too, is like, I believe in aliens. I believe in, UFOs, all that shit. What if it actually, like, we are being attacked by fucking aliens and UFOs, and I'm sitting here on my couch thinking it's fucking bullshit, Project Bluebeam, drones flying over, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. Like, that's the other thing. They could be getting us too. And that's the other thing that scares me about
so
like
much,
the next pandemic, because I didn't buy into the scheme this time. But like, what if they really come back and hit us harder the next time? I mean, their vaccine's their vaccine. They have a separate mission for that, but I don't know. There's like, you just, the fact that you can't trust nobody. You can't trust fucking nothing. It sucks. And it's shouldn't be that way, is what's fucked up.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, you're saying, like, what if they actually release a virus that would kill like a lot of people?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do we do now? Yeah.
I think it would just die. I think we'd be better off anyway, to be honest with you. Like, basically. Not trying to sound morbid, but if you survive, where are they putting you?
Yeah.
Right.
And remember too, was it Trump's inauguration? Didn't he say he was the last president? Didn't he say he was going to be the last president?
Yeah. Yeah, and they have a book written about that. Donald Trump's, I'm sorry, not Donald Trump, Baron Trump's Marvelous Adventures.
Baron Trump.
That shit is so crazy.
Time traveler.
Yeah, I mean, and now you found out in the files that Epstein was into time travel.
The what
do you
was it?
Do you think he was doing
crazy all together?
So on the island, they say that he had some type of lab or something. Do you think they were doing like time travel and shit, or do you think they were doing more of like super soldier type shit?
I think time traveling for sure. I think also like cloning, mixing human DNA with animals. If you look at like the Podesta's art, they have like some creepy ass art of like children that were like made with fucking animal parts and weird sadistic fallen angel tech. But I do believe that they were using time travel stuff. I don't know if you guys ever seen it, but it's a great show. It's on Netflix. It's called Dark. It's a German show about time travel, and it will fucking blow your mind how much in sequence it actually would play out with what Epstein was doing, because it's basically about this town in Germany that the kids were being kidnapped and then they were being used for these projects, just like Stranger Things as well. Like, this is not anything new. Like, they find kids with psychic abilities and other, because a kid is the most pure form of innocence. And I believe personally, I've gone through it myself. Like, we have powers when we're younger, and they strip us of these powers. They put us through the school system. They indoctrinate us. They put us in a box. But our imagination is actually more than just an imagination. We're actually tapping into another realm when we use our imagination. Like, and I believe that there's kids out there, myself being one, that were almost procured for this. I was put into something called the GATE program. I was medicated at a young age. I was almost sex trafficked by the Catholic Church. So I have a lot of like situations that happened to me as a child that shows that I have this ability. I was astral traveling when I was probably 7 years old. I would fly to my neighbor's house, and it would be like, you ever see the movie Insidious? It would be like that, like where I'm like in this dark realm, and like there's demons and monsters and shit all around, and I would do this almost every night. I'd fly out of my body. So I know I've had this power, if you want to call it that. And I think Jeffrey Epstein and these people, I mean, you look into the conversations he was having with Deepak Chopra about kids with autism that have psychic abilities, like all this stuff. They were deep into this shit. You look at the Montauk Project.
Yep.
all of this stuff really
Mhm.
does exist. Like all these shows, Stranger Things, Dark, all these things exist. They have to show it to you, revelation on the method. But now reading it in the Epstein files, you're like, holy shit, like these guys were really doing this shit. Like they
Mhm.
are like trying to figure out more than anything, because they're godless. They're trying to figure out how they can use the power that God has. You know, you could look no further
Mhm.
than CERN for this. CERN, the Hydro Collider in Sweden, that they're actually trying to create black holes and find out how the Big Bang happened, which I don't think happened, but they're trying to figure this out. Like there's a harnessed energy that we have within inside of ourselves that they want to feed off of. You know, if you understand like the black cubes of Saturn, you know what that is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so
Mhm.
the black cubes of Saturn, the Saturn moon matrix that we live in, they understand this stuff and they can harness power through it. Okay, that's why they have us looking at black squares. Our TVs are black squares. Our computer screens are black squares, because what they do is they use these events to harvest our energy. Now, I want you to think about something. Who wears black squares?
Jews.
Where?
They wear them on the front of the. I seen them with the like looking like a unicorn. I seen the yarmulkes, but I also
Mhm.
seen a couple of videos where they wear them on the front like a unicorn horn.
It's called tefillin. So they wrap tefillin around their arm, and then they put it on their third eye. Whose energy do you think they're
Oh,
siphoning?
Oh shit!
Everybody's around him.
From Saturn, from Satan, because
From
they worship.
us, from
Uh,
us, from
Yeah.
us. They're using the black squares that we're looking at, freaking out. Oh, look at George Floyd. Oh, look at these riots. Oh, like, and they feed off of our energy.
Mhm.
damn.
They're the ones that are feeding off of this. They're getting power from the goy. They're feeding, because we have this. It says in the Bible that we have the same powers God has. We're mini gods, basically. Jesus dwells within our temple. They know this.
Mhm.
They know this. They know the secrets that from Solomon, Solomon's temple. This is what the third temple will be. It'll be another version of Solomon's temple. Solomon was given the wisdom from God to be able to control demons. Solomon's seal. They know this shit. Like think like Doctor Strange. Like they know about all of this stuff. These people are sorcerers. They're sorcerers. They're
Mhm.
vampires and they're sorcerers. They do magic. That's what Kabbalah is. Kabbalah is magic.
Hmm.
They're doing this dark magic. They're running these psyops. Like Charlie Kirk is a perfect example. Go back to that real quick. Charlie Kirk, how much energy you think they harvested off of people with that?
Oh my gosh!
So much.
Millions.
Yeah,
Millions.
absolutely,
Anger,
absolutely.
sadness, questions, like everything. They feed off of that shit. Why do you think he was in a menorah? They're
Uh,
telling you
Mhm.
this is all a
uh,
ritual. We're using your power. Like in the Matrix, we are batteries to these people. We're
so
batteries.
true.
That's why I never went to. That's why I don't go to concerts. I never went to concerts. I went to concert once, and I just felt weird. I felt it. Like I loved the bands that were playing at the time, but I just had a very uneasy, unsteady feeling at a concert. And you see like people, and you look around, and you don't really think of it then, but when you remember looking around, you see everybody's got their eyes closed, their heads pointing up in the sky, and they're just sitting there like dancing, like
So
they're sucking your energy from you.
But
especially when they're on drugs and shit too, and you're at a concert, you're even more.
Mm-hmm.
You're opening it even more. Like let's say you're on like ecstasy or something like that. You're vibing so high. Your energy is such a high frequency at that. You're just like a walking like atomic bomb that they could feed off
Oh
of. That
yeah.
they could pull all your loosh off of.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
done that Charlie Kirk thing now, the loose they got off of that. I mean, I remember the roller coaster of emotions because one was like first one was like, is this real? Because Anthony showed me at the golf course. I'm like, is this real? Two, I had to watch it a few times, so I was like, damn, this is fucked up. Then I felt sad because I knew he had kids and shit. That I was like, these kids are gonna have to see this video. You know, someday they're gonna be in school and there's gonna be that punk kid who says, "Hey, look at your dad," and shows them that video. You know what I mean? So like, all that shit rolled through my head in that short amount of time. So they definitely the loose jacking of it all. I could see that.
Big time.
That
Poor
that
kids.
not 9/11, all
All
that.
of these events. All how about Irina, the girl on the train that the black guy slit her throat? Like
Yeah, a
Mhm.
couple
these are
weeks prior.
these are all events that they're feeding off of your energy. that they want you to react to. They want you to be sad. They want you to be mad. They want that because you're feeding them. You're feeding their black cubes. You're giving them power. This is how they're able to keep the power structure that they have.
And they're creating it. They're creating these
Exactly.
events too.
Yeah, cool. Then you have the power
Absolutely.
of the military. Like, I don't know if you guys have looked into Fort Bragg, but Fort Bragg is known as the PSYOP branch of the military. There's a thing called the Fourth PSYOP Group. The Fourth PSYOP Group, if you go on their YouTube, there's a video where they literally, it's an insane video. They literally show you, like, we're running this. We are the stage. We are giving you what we want you to see. And then they had on 60 Minutes, you had an actual Mossad agent saying the world is a stage. These people are staging these events. They're staging these psyops, and they're doing it for one reason: to feed off the energy of human beings. That's what they're doing it, because they know that we are way more powerful than we've been led to believe. We've been lied to about so much. There's so much that's hidden from us. And if we truly did understand it, and our bodies, our minds, and our spirits were in true harmony, then we would be unstoppable. They wouldn't be able to control us. We wouldn't need a government.
Nope.
We wouldn't need any of this shit, because we would be in line with our frequency and who we're supposed to be. And they're hiding that from us. And they're using all these distractions and all of these, our phones, our TVs, the food. They're doing everything that they possibly could to keep us in our lowest vibration and our bodies broken down. They're feeding us garbage, boy slop. Exactly. And once we learn how to break out of that, before you said, well, what do we do to change this? We need to send this message to people. First off, that you're being lied to. There's no such thing as party lines. Okay. When it comes to child sex trafficking and satanic rituals, it should be a nonpartisan issue. Okay. Forget everything else that we don't agree with. Okay.
Right.
This is human now. This is good versus evil. Are you actually going to protect evil people that are doing satanic rituals? That's really what you have to ask yourself. Me personally, no, I will die on that hill for sure. But that's the message that we need to send out, that we need to be ungovernable, that we should not have these people that work for us telling us what we need to do. Okay. That is not how the Constitution works. People need to learn how to do the Constitution. They need to learn that we have the right to protest. We need to take the nonviolent route first. And that's why I've been really cooking it up in my head. Like, I think I want to host a big protest. Like, I want to set something up where we go to the capital of Texas and we go out there and we let our voices be heard. And I think I could get some big people involved with it. I want to keep it completely grassroots, which is hard to do when you do these kind of things, because there will be infiltrators. They will send intel agencies to go and try to break this apart, because they know that once the message gets too big, or they'll kill me. So, but at this point in life, I think that sitting on my hands and yelling into the internet and doing these podcasts, I love it. It's fun. It's a great thing. But it's like, we need something more now. We need something more. We need to show them that we are organized. We need to show them that this is not going to be accepted. We are not going to accept the fact that you're trying to bury this shit. You're not going to memory hole us. We know too much now. And you're not going to do that to us. And if Donald Trump wants to actually have any form of his legacy left, I'm giving you a little hope here, Ant. If he wants to have any form of his legacy left, he will actually do something about it. But he won't. Yeah. He won't.
No, he won't.
I hate to blow you up and then pop you, but
no, I agree. I agree. He won't.
So,
but that's the thing too with
I'm
celebrities.
with you
You gotta stop buying their albums. You gotta stop listening to their music. You gotta stop watching their movies. You gotta stop all that.
Putting them on pedestals.
Yeah, stop supporting this shit. Stop following them on Instagram. All the bullshit. All of it matters.
I don't do none of that shit. Fuck them all.
All of it matters.
I don't praise none of them. I don't.
It's idol worship, man.
Yeah.
It's idol worship. That's really what it comes down to. And the biggest idol worshipers is MAGA. Like, you look no further than them. They are the biggest idol worshipers. I mean, it's insane. You could literally, like Trump has said this. This is from his own mouth. He said, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Ave and people will still worship me.
Yeah.
He said it. It's his own words. Like,
he's not wrong though.
Well, I think a lot of people are turning their heads, even that he's on the Epstein list. Like, they're not even acknowledging that. I mean, which is pretty terrible.
Or they just point fingers at other people.
Anytime that I go to any of Trump or Donald Trump Jr. or anything that has to do with Trump, and I go comment something about Epstein or anything like that, oh, you're a liberal. You're a libtard. You just want to see Trump go down. And I'm like, bro, fuck both sides. Okay. I called out Joe Biden the entire time. I've been calling out Obama since 2008. I've been calling out Bush. I've been calling out all these people. The only one that tricked me because of stupid fucking QAnon was Trump. Now that I don't have the QAnon psyop illusion over me, I see him as the used car salesman that he is. He's a fucking liar. That's all he is. He's a liar. He's probably a pedophile. I mean, with the track record that
100%.
we see, the map that I laid out, I mean, probably a pedophile. He probably is a Satanist, and he probably is involved with these people for a very long time. So it needs to be that ripping off of the Band-Aid moment of like, fuck, ow, but okay. This is real.
Doesn't MAGA mean like sorcery or something like that? And
correct. Highest order of Satanism. Yeah, it's the highest order of Satanism. It's in witchcraft. Correct.
Do you think we will? Do you think we will see any of these people get prosecuted that are on these lists?
Well,
we'll see I think we might see a couple bottom level people.
Obamas and them probably will.
Won't get touched.
They won't get touched.
They won't get touched.
I think what I said before about the beast makes war with the whore of Babylon. I think that we will see some of these people go down just so it can keep the illusion of Trump being the hero. You know, it has to go into that Albert Pike. You know, Albert Pike. He said, when they need a hero, we'll give them one. Yeah. So, and right now the world hates him, but he might just do a switcheroo and be like, okay, guys, let's go arrest Hillary. Let's go get them all. But another part of me is like, I think he's a little too old now. I think he's going through dementia a bit. And I think that he will actually just say, fuck everybody and just go down with the ship. So there's two parts to it for me. You know, does he play out the QAnon, I'll save the world, and then trick you all even deeper? Or is it, I don't give a fuck, I'm an old man, I'm not going to heaven. He keeps on saying, I'm not going to heaven. I'll bomb Iran. That's probably going to happen soon. I mean, we have another carrier headed out there. The Pentagon announced that today, that they're getting the George H. Bush ready to go out there to go bomb Iran. So I think that he would start World War III before he would release any kind of actual, you know, arrest somebody or do something like that. So it's a two-sided coin for me.
To buy more time to just keep avoiding it. Because now no one's talking about the money in Minnesota. Everybody's talking about Epstein. It's just distraction after distraction. No one's ever going to get any type of punishment for any of this shit.
Yeah. I mean, like at this point, it's like, who gives a fuck about a Somalian daycare?
No.
You know,
Right.
They're eating kids, dude. Like,
all right.
Like, I don't think there's any red line that hasn't been crossed now. I feel like that's the red line.
That's it.
Like, that's the red line. Like, once you cross that red line, what else is there? What else? What could be worse than that? Eating a fucking kid, turning it into beef jerky. I don't know. Like, I really don't know.
They're sound and like adrenochrome is worth $1 billion, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
So much money. That's what I was saying before. Is like, I don't think we're getting the same portion of human in our McDonald's as they're getting over there. They're harvesting some heavy shit. They're making some expensive creations. I mean, if you just look at the black web, what they sell an organ on there for is like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So they're doing that on a mass scale, all the time. This is why these people are so fucking rich. That's why they look young.
They said Jeffrey, and they said Jeffrey Epstein had his own scientists, and he was literally going back and forth and trying to make like the perfect human.
Yeah, this is very true. What's crazy? It's literally Family Guy, South Park written shit, bro. Is that the fact that Stephen Hawking was like one of his main scientists?
Oh my god,
what does that fucking guy do?
Yeah, whatever he did, it was consensual because
that's
like.
That's
unless he's fake too, unless he's like a Helen Keller, like he just
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Nah, motherfucker, what's up? Yeah, all right,
I'm
let's go
good.
fuck the
Yeah,
kids.
Yeah.
Let's go fuck the kids."
He's
Like,
Laying the
imagine?
hammer down.
he just stands up.
Oh man.
Fuck these kids. Yeah.
Anthony, real quick before
Yeah.
we get out of here, we were chatting before and you actually thought we were recording. I'm not sure if we touched on something you were going to talk about. I just want to make sure. Do you remember you were going to talk about something?
I did.
Oh, we did touch on it.
Yeah,
all right,
my
I just wanted to make sure. Okay, good.
Yeah, my brother
All right.
working for Cannibal.
Okay, gotcha. All right, good.
The other thing I wanted to ask you, you mentioned earlier that you didn't think Charlie Kirk was alive, or you still think Charlie Kirk's alive. Do you think Epstein's still alive?
Yes, 1000%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
day.
I mean,
I love
they
it.
had the whole PlayStation. No, I'm sorry, the Xbox thing with Fortnite.
Yeah.
He's like he's playing Fortnite and shit. Yeah, that guy's not dead, bro.
Well,
they switched him out.
The 1 minute miss, or was it a minute or 90 seconds missing? I mean, they said that they do that all the
Minute and a
time. They
half.
don't do that all the time. They don't cut out a
No.
minute and a
It was
half.
a minute and a half.
Yeah, and then they had
Yeah.
that guy on 4chan that was saying that he actually worked for the jail and saw like him get out. Like he's definitely him and Charlie Kirk are having a Mai Tai right now in fucking Tel Aviv.
For
Mhm.
sure. And
Sure they are.
my a friend of mine, a good friend of mine, used to be in law enforcement up there, and by that federal prison. He worked in that federal prison,
In Brooklyn, yeah.
and he said the people who worked there during the time of that was in that station, you cannot find them now. Like he's
course
asked
not.
fellow people that have worked with him and stuff like that, and the people who
all
worked
the
that
guards and
clock,
stuff,
that
too?
shift. Yeah, they can't.
They're
you
they're
can't find
hung.
them.
They're hung somewhere for sure.
They're gone.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, Epstein's 1000% alive, though, to answer your question. Like, no question in my
100%.
mind.
I'm with
yeah.
you.
Yeah. So is Charlie
I'm
Kirk,
with
though.
you.
Mm.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
know, Charlie Kirk's
Yeah.
in Valhalla.
Oh yeah, see you in
Yeah, man,
Valhalla,
remember
brother.
Cash Patel.
Crazy.
Fucking googly eyed fuck.
It's wild, man. Crazy timeline that we're living in right now. And like the message I want to close out with is like, don't lose hope. Don't feed these demons that they want you to be broken. They want you to be sad. They want you to be mad. Seek God. If you believe in Christ, seek God, and just we're gonna ride this thing out, and we're gonna figure out ways to get our voices to be heard. I'm gonna work on this little protest thing. I'm gonna try to figure it out, see what I could do. But I think more importantly, we need to keep on having these conversations, keep on building between brothers, keep on breaking bread. And yeah, I would love to come back on too. I really enjoyed this with
Let's
you
do
guys.
it.
Thank you for
Oh yeah,
having
bro.
me.
Absolutely, man. Open
Doors
door,
open.
man. Absolutely.
We need and we need more love thy neighbor. We need more love thy neighbor and less love thy government.
Yeah.
Amen.
Well, even when I dropped Johnny off today, it kind of reminds me today. And he brought up the Bad Bunny thing. He's like, why did all he's Puerto Rican, so he had some Puerto Rican pride or whatever. He's like, why did the whole thing even have to become political? Blah blah blah. He goes, both sides are assholes. He's like, they don't want us to get along, man. He's like my hood friend. He's like, they don't want us to get along. They'd be afraid if we all got along and we were all boys. I'm like, you're right, man. That's what they don't want,
That's
man.
the
It's
point.
facts. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad at the halftime performance. Get to watch some big booty Latinas. I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
cool with
they
that.
exaggerated that shit, bro. Like I've seen so many more satanic shows than that.
Yeah,
They had somebody
Not
get
bad.
married.
yeah. I'd rather watch
Yeah.
that than people throwing up all the symbolism and all that shit. The
Sure.
worst thing was they had two dudes grinding on each other for about
That was like in the
Three-
back. Yeah.
3 seconds, if that, on screen. And
Yeah, they
like
hit
that
that
was
shit.
it.
Did you see the thing got put out? It was like a meme or whatever, where everybody was running out in that like the green trees or whatever that was, and they're like, oh look, it's all the illegal immigrants. They didn't want them to get captured by ICE.
That's how they get over.
It's hilarious.
That's how they get over.
Man.
Well,
This is a great episode.
fun one, man. Hey, appreciate your time. Why don't you let the listeners know where they can find you? I know you do the
Okay.
podcast with Rabbit, and why don't you let them know where you can find all your stuff?
Yeah, so on Instagram, it's Anthony_Graffeo 777. My business is the Ungovernable Project, so it's Ungovernable Project. On Twitter, it's Graphinati19. I do a podcast with my host, Mighty Fuzz Young. It's called the Kingdom Cast. We're on YouTube, Kingdom Cast TV. We'll see how long that lasts. We're going to be switching over to Rumble soon. And I do Ungovernable Outlaws with White Rabbit and Connie from Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. We do a show on Friday nights. having all kind of guests in. Roger just had you the other night. We
Yeah.
had Justin Leslie, the Pfizer whistleblower. Incredible episode. We got a lot more amazing episodes on the way for you guys. Thank you again for having me. I really do appreciate your time.
Well, thank you for
and
being
I'll
on.
Reach out anytime. I'll come back on.
Awesome,
Love
brother.
that.
Appreciate you, man.
God
We're
bless,
gonna-
guys.
You too, homie. We'll take a quick break and we
Bless.
will be right back.
Peace.
Conspiracy chaos, we uncover the lies. Deep state shadows, yeah, they can't disguise. We're cracking codes, watch the truth arise. Let the chaos reign, tearing through the sky.
Boom. That was another fun episode, boys, man. That was Anthony came with straight up fucking knowledge. He's like he said, he's been in the game a long time.
Super
That was
smart.
yeah, he's deep into the Epstein files. He's deep into everything, man. He's very well rounded in all conspiracy topics. So shout out to him for taking the time, man. That was a lot of fun. Poor guy gets shadow banned all the fucking time. His Instagram page got shut down the other day for a video like an Epstein file he posted or something. He's like, it's a DOJ file I posted. He got his page back. But
Wow.
yep.
Crazy. He's
They always try to
yeah, he's-
silent the big ones.
Yep. Yeah, he's a real deal dude. I like him a lot. I'd love to have him back, man. That was a lot of fun, and he actually I learned a lot from him. There's some new I was on my computer over here looking shit up as he was talking. You know how I go.
Sometimes, Anth, like it's better. Like me and Mike could probably tell you something 1,000 times when you hear it from someone, like, and then you start listening to them and you can tell that they're on top of their shit. You're like, fuck, this guy does his research, man. Like, he's on to something here. I gotta look a little bit more into this my thoughts on Trump, especially being all over these files. So I also seen a thing, Ghislaine she met with Congress or not Congress, the fucking whoever, and she pled the fifth.
Yeah, on all
Yeah, she
questions.
kept pleading the fifth.
Yeah, but she's
I'd like
willing.
to answer your question.
She's willing to, if she gets a plea deal, she's willing to say that Trump and Clinton didn't do anything. So did you see that part?
Yeah. Well,
No.
Yeah, there's a whole thing. I'll send it to you guys in the group and I'll post it on IG. But yeah, there was
yeah, I watched it.
so it's fucked up, man. There's a lot of shiesty shit going on. As he said, they're all connected, all on the same team. They're all against us. That's what we got to realize. Depending on when his protest is, man. If he put something together, maybe we'll make an appearance, boys. Maybe we make a fucking conspiracy chaos road trip.
You ain't going to Texas.
I got homies in Texas, man. I got my good friend. I got two of my good friends are down in Texas.
Texas is a great place, and I'll tell you what. You know what I really, really enjoy when we have like other guests come on and stuff, and they like kind of just repeat what we've been telling Anthony about Donald, or at least me for sure.
Roger likes him too. Liked him.
I told you guys I was probably 6 months now. I've been like, I'm starting to second guess him.
It's all the Israel shit that.
That's what.
Okay.
But now it's the pedophilia that has me.
Well, look, it's like Anthony said though. It's like he's just too tied into all the bullshit now. The Israel shit. It's the fucking just everything. The Epstein file, like everything. Just fucking everything.
Everything, man.
Everything. He hasn't done anything he said he was going to do. It's just, I'm just done believing in the system. Is really where I'm at.
Yes.
You got like when Anthony Graffelo was talking about. Remember when he said that Donald Trump said that he could go walk down the street, shoot somebody, and everybody would back him up.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of the movie American Gangster. Remember when he walks down the street and he shoots the dude in the head, and puts a little money in his pocket, and nobody does a thing about it.
You could look at it the other way though, and say, if he went down when in that situation, all of his followers would still support him if he went and shot somebody in the street, but he could also save the world from fucking an alien invasion, and all the haters still wouldn't love him. You know what I mean? He could. So like you can look at it both ways. You know what I mean? Like it's whether the haters are gonna find any reason to knock him, and the lovers are gonna find every reason.
Yeah, it's the same. Either way,
Yeah,
either way.
the way
That's
it
why you
rolls.
can't pick sides, man. But I
Yeah,
do
one of
want
the
to go.
greatest psyops.
I do want to
Yeah.
go read Whitney Webb's book, man. Whitney Webb,
I wrote it.
she's One Nation Under Blackmail, dude.
Yep.
Go. She's awesome. Her podcast is fucking awesome.
That's a
She,
podcast too, right? One Nation Under Blackmail.
I don't know if it's a podcast, but I know there's a bunch of shit. She puts out great content. Whitney Webb.
What's the
She
last
has
web?
Webb, yeah. She's awesome. She just had a kid, I believe, so she's been kind of doing the mom thing a little bit, but
Yeah, it's her podcast, Whitney Webb's One Nation Under Blackmail podcast. She's
yeah,
a couple hundred episodes out.
yeah. So go check her out as well. She's on point with her shit. So dope episode. Really appreciate Anthony jumping on, man. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, go check us out. Instagram, YouTube. I don't know. Do we put this on YouTube, boys?
Yeah, we
Do
tried.
we take our first ding? If we take a ding, we'll see what happens. Fuck it, right?
Let's see what happens.
All right. So yeah, next
see
week we
this
got
thing.
coming up. We're gonna get into some cryptid shit next week. We got the creepy shit podcast coming on, or the creepy shit podcast. She's gonna join us, and then also we got our guy Alex from the Testimony podcast. He's part of the little podcast group chat we're in. I've done a couple lives with Alex. He's really well versed in all conspiracies as well. He takes a deep dive into the biblical side of things. So we'll get a little spiritual on Wednesday with Alex. So as long as everything
Nice.
goes according to plan. And I'm also looking to get a remote viewer on. We were supposed to have something scheduled tonight, fell through, but I'm working on getting a remote viewer who is a medium and all other types of wild stuff. So gonna keep bringing some fire content and good quality guests for you guys. So stay tuned and leave that 5-star review. Anth, I don't think we have any, do we? Are you looking right now? Because you're like
we don't.
best producer in the game. He's not even close to looking. But we appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will catch you guys next week with another dope episode of Conspiracy Chaos. Peace.
Peace. Love.
This is Conspiracy Chaos. Truth, fiction, or both?